Imagine surviving the most powerful bomb ever dropped on a city. Now imagine surviving it twice. This is the unbelievable true story of the only man known to survive 2 atomic bombs. In the summer of 1945, Japan was exhausted from years of war. Cities had been bombed, food was scarce, and families lived with constant fear. Among millions of ordinary citizens was a 29-year-old engineer named Tsutomu Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi worked for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries designing ships. His job required frequent travel. In early August of 1945, he was finishing a long business trip in Hiroshima. The next morning, he planned to return home to his wife and baby son in Nagasaki. On the morning of August 6th, Yamaguchi walked across a field on his way to the shipyard. It was just after 8 a.m. The sky was perfectly clear. Suddenly, he heard the sound of an airplane. When he looked up, he saw a single American bomber flying high above the city. Then it happened. A flash of light brighter than the sun filled the sky. The atomic bomb known as Little Boy exploded over Hiroshima. Yamaguchi was thrown violently through the air by the blast. The heat burned his skin. His eardrums burst from the pressure. When he regained consciousness, the world had changed. Buildings had collapsed. Fires burned across the city. Thousands of people wandered through the streets, injured and confused. Above them, a gigantic mushroom cloud rose into the sky. That night, Tsutomu Yamaguchi found shelter with other survivors in a crowded air raid shelter. The air inside was thick with smoke and dust carried in from the burning city. Many people were injured. Some had severe burns. Others sat silently, staring into the distance as if their minds could not yet understand what had happened. Early the next morning, still wrapped in bandages and barely able to hear, Yamaguchi made a decision. He had to return home to his family in Nagasaki. On August 9th, still injured and covered in bandages, Yamaguchi reported to work. He tried to explain to his manager what he had seen in Hiroshima. A single bomb destroying an entire city. His supervisor struggled to believe him. As they spoke, something unbelievable happened. The sky above Nagasaki suddenly flashed white. Another atomic bomb had exploded. Once again, Yamaguchi survived the blast. The destruction across Nagasaki was catastrophic. Tens of thousands of people lost their lives, yet somehow the injured engineer had survived both atomic bombs. The war ended only a few days after the second bombing. Japan surrendered on August 15, 1945, bringing the Second World War to an end. But for the survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, life would never be the same again. Tsutomu Yamaguchi continued working as an engineer and raising his family in Nagasaki. Tsutomu Yamaguchi returned to his family and tried to rebuild a normal life. Like many survivors, he suffered from the long-term effects of radiation exposure. For years, he experienced health problems caused by the bombs. For decades, he rarely spoke publicly about what he had experienced. The memories were simply too painful. But later in life, Yamaguchi decided to share his story. He wanted the world to understand the devastating power of nuclear weapons and the suffering they cause. In 2009, the Japanese government officially recognized him as a survivor of both atomic bombings, one in Hiroshima and another in Nagasaki. Out of the hundreds of thousands of people affected, he became the only person formally acknowledged as surviving both explosions. Tsutomu Yamaguchi lived a long life. Despite everything he endured, he remained dedicated to speaking about peace and the importance of remembering history. On January 4, 2010, he passed away at the age of 93. The man who had survived the unimaginable had finally reached the end of his journey. His story reminds us that history is not just made of dates and battles. It is made of people, ordinary individuals who lived through extraordinary moments. Tsutomu Yamaguchi survived 2 atomic bombs, not because he was stronger than anyone else, but because sometimes fate places a person in the most unbelievable moments of history. And sometimes the most incredible stories ever told are the ones that truly happened.
This is Paper Witness, where real stories are drawn, remembered, and brought to life.
If you believe some stories must be remembered, subscribe to Paper Witness. We bring the impossible to life every single week.